Hello, replay viewers. I'm sorry.
Just go.
Okay, here we go. Alright, there you are. I'm Josh Ladd from feralcuisine.com, and I am going to try to throw supper together in 30 minutes. 30 minutes hands-on time, because it's got to bake a little while. But I'm going to try to throw together some chicken pot pie, and everyone say hello to my lovely wife. She will be taking any questions that folks might have, and kind of letting me know what's going on over in that arena. So first of all, I do want to try to keep this whole operation under 30 minutes. So to keep me honest, I am going to set a timer here.
Oh.
30 minutes.
Here we go.
Alright, we're on the clock. First of all, I have this leftover chicken that we froze about a month ago. I'm going to start thawing that. Leftovers are a secret weapon whenever you're trying to make food fast. So I'm just going to put this on the defrost.
Hello to our current joiners. Josh is making chicken pot pie in 30 minutes.
Hello there, folks. So I am thawing this out. Just defrost. It's about a pound. So, no, I don't want time. Okay. 1 pound. Boom. Okay, that's defrosting. Next up, this is one of the things that I'm weird about. I like trying to make as much as I possibly can from scratch. So instead of buying a pre-made pie crust, I'm going to try to make one of my own with whole grain flour.
Woohoo!
So this is whole wheat flour. That
is this the flour that you ground yourself?
Yes. At the grocery store, then they have just a hopper full of wheat berries that just gets ground right there. So this was ground fresh this morning. It hasn't been sitting around for...
Crayons or Candy says you're a show-off.
Well, maybe a little bit, but time will tell because I may fail at this. So I'm making the pie crust. I need butter. I'm generally following a pie crust recipe that I found on the King Arthur flour website, but I'm also just kind of winging it because pie crust isn't really something that I've done before.
In the weed says, if it works.
if it works. It might not. It might be horrible. Who knows?
It's going to be great.
But thanks for showing up, Ben. So, yeah, like I said, I haven't really done this before. I think I probably need a pastry cutter for this.
It's in there.
Is it down here? There we go. Pastry cutter.
It's going to be great, says Ben.
If you don't have a pastry cutter, you could probably just do this with your fingers.
Just use ice water and frozen butter. You'll be fine.
There we go. Okay, so we're cutting the butter in here, and I need to turn the defrosting food. There we go. Alright, just cutting this stuff up in here. This is probably the most tedious part, so if anybody out there has any questions or comments while I'm doing this, this is why I don't like pastry cutters, because the butter gets all in there. You know what? I'm just going to do this with my hands.
Also, next time use a food processor, says Megan. And Ben says, I cut my butter ahead of time, then put it back in the fridge, pie crust and biscuit dough.
That's actually a really good idea. Well, I think next time I'll probably try that out.
Don't use your hands, says Megan.
Why not? What's wrong with using my hands? I use my hands for a lot of things.
Too hot!
Oh, well, it's too late, and I didn't like using the pastry cutter, so we're going to see how it turns out.
It'll
like
turn to glue.
This
if
is
your
an
hands
experiment.
are warm, you can melt the butter.
Is that what...
Ben says.
Stop
using your hands!
Know what they're talking about.
Stop it!
Fine. I'll use the pastry cutter. Okay.
Watch do anything by himself.
And, okay, I'm working fast. I'm trying to make this into kind of little crumbs. And our chicken should be about done.
Megan says, glad I'm here to help.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mom. So we're cutting up the pie crust. We're just cutting butter into whole wheat flour.
I'll cut your butter.
Was that what somebody said,
No,
or was that just you?
that was me.
Oh,
that
okay.
was my comment.
I like that. Yeah.
Ben says some bigger pieces are okay. That's where the flakiness comes from.
Okay. So this should be almost done. I think I'll just throw some salt in there. Well, you know, it was salted butter, so I might
salt.
not even...
Ben says don't forget salt.
I probably will throw a little bit of salt in there.
Ben and I know what's up. Where's your salt?
All right. I'm not going to bother measuring it because I'm in a hurry. That looks about right. There we go. All right. So I got that, and I'm going to toss in some cold water.
Pound it and high fives are the emojis.
Nice. Ben, what are you doing here? I thought you had work, man. All right. So I'll just throw some cold water in there and kind of barely bring it together, and that'll be the end of the pie crust.
Hey to our new viewers, Josh from Feral Cuisine is making chicken pot pie in less than 30 minutes!
Hi there, folks. Hopefully in less than 30 minutes. We'll see. So
also, Ben says he's out for the day.
Oh, right on. Well, I'm glad you're around to join us then.
I'm checking on your chicken. Chicken needs to be thawed more. I'm going to thaw it some more.
I am glad that I have a good helper here to help me reach the 30-minute mark. So I'm just adding water a little bit at a time because you don't want to add too much water because then a lot of gluten will form and it'll become more bready, and you don't want that. You want it to be pretty tender. So you want to just add water until it kind of holds together.
And Ben is making a mushroom and Yukon Gold frittata tonight.
Ooh, that sounds good. That also sounds really fast. Frittatas are nice, good, quick food. And this is probably almost there.
Take the chicken out of the bag.
That might help. Maybe if we... Well, I don't want you to get your hands all greasy while you're working the phone, though.
It's okay, I'll be fine.
Okay. Like I said, I am lucky that I have a wonderful helper to kind of divide the labor here. I don't know. Do you all think that's cheating?
It's not cheating. It's not cheating. I do it all one. Eee, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Uh-oh.
Don't look at our sink. It means we're normal and we cook things.
That's the deal. Our kitchen right now is kind of crazy. We got 2 dogs wandering around and we got a sink full of dishes. But that's because we're normal people and we don't have a perfect kitchen all the time.
Ben agrees. It's not cheating. It's delegation.
Exactly.
Except I delegated it to myself. So.
All right. So this I think is just wet enough to hold together. So I'm going to make it into a ball, and then I am going to set it aside. And then once we have all the stuff in the pan, then I'm just going to kind of roll it out flat and put it on top. So pie crust ready.
Hey Ben, thanks for inviting followers. That was really cool of you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ben.
Okay, turn food over. Got it. I'm gonna poke this chicken a little bit.
This is a team effort right
Poking the chicken a little bit. Poking the chicken. Oh, come on, chicken. All right, turning over. Keep gross. Okay, here we go. Start.
All right, next up, I got some veggies that I want to chop up and take care of. But what I just thought about was it takes a while for the pan that they're going to cook in to warm up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the pan on the stove to get it preheating while I am chopping my veggies. I'll just pop it over here, do a little bit of olive oil, boom, and put it down to a pretty low temperature. So that can be preheating while I am cutting up my vegetables. I have here some celery and some carrots that we had cut up for just snacking. So since they're already clean and they're already cut, then that makes that part really easy. Then I have an onion and a potato. I need to wash the potato. And we also have some celery leaves and stuff that I was just going to throw away, but we decided that maybe we should try to actually use them for something. So I'm going to chop them up and add them in with everything else. Just washing my potatoes.
Veggies.
This is the potato washing song. Everybody like my potato washing song. Yeah. Juliana's rolling her eyes at the potato washing song.
Well done, celery leaves.
Yeah, that's actually something that I've never tried before. I've either thrown them away or I've kept them around in the freezer for stock. But yeah, we wanted to try actually eating them this time. So yeah, Ben, do you keep celery leaves around generally? Do you use them in particular stuff?
Multitasking.
Oh, you're totally fine.
Ben uses them for stock.
Okay, right on. All right, cutting up potato. How's that chicken doing?
Well, I'm trying to cut it and film you, so I think I should get an award for this.
I think you definitely should. We should get a Webby award.
Come on, okay. Chicken is getting there.
Okay.
Almost
on its way.
thawed. Okay. Here, I'll use them to garnish a dish that has celery in it, i.e. potato salad.
There we go. Actually sounds pretty good. Alright. So we are cutting up the veggies here. And since hard, dense vegetables like potatoes and carrots take so long to cook, I think I might actually put them in the microwave to cook while I am sautéing my onions and celery. Because the onions and celery will not take very long. So I think I'll get a big microwave-safe bowl for all this. That's one thing about kind of cooking off the cuff. You tend to use a lot of dishes, which makes for a little bit more cleanup time later. But I think
Potato fell on licorice. He doesn't know what hit him. Literally, because he's blind.
He is blind and mostly deaf, and he actually only has one eye.
Come here, licorice. Show them how pretty you are. Hi, buddy. Yeah. Aw.
Poor little guy. Yeah, he's what, 15 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Licorice the poodle. Alright. How's that chicken looking?
It's coming.
Alright, anybody that is just joining us, we are trying to throw together a chicken pot pie supper in just half an hour. Just half an hour of hands-on time at least. And we've got the pie crust all made, a 100% whole wheat pie crust. And we are chopping up veggies, and we have some leftover chicken in the freezer that we are defrosting right now. So that's kind of the point we're at right now. I am going to put these veggies in the microwave just as soon as the chicken is done, and that will make them just cook a whole lot faster. If I tried to cook them on the stovetop, we might be waiting around for 45 minutes. So I'll put those right there until the chicken is done.
Top and bottom crust?
No, just a top crust. Because, yeah, adding a bottom crust, I think that's going to be a whole new level of frustration. So, yeah, just a top crust for this time around.
Alright, the chicken's done.
Wonderful. Chicken is done. I will put these
Careful,
vegetables...
the plate's really hot.
Gotcha, thank you.
Chicken!
Alright, there's the chicken. I'm going to put these vegetables in there. Where is the... Oh, there's the lid. I'm going to put that on there to kind of, so that they kind of steam in their own stuff. And up, we're at 17 minutes. What, is it still going?
No, oh wait, hold on. Cancel it. Clear. No, we got...
Oh, great.
16 minutes!
We were wasting precious time. Alright, so those, I'm probably going to start them off at 5 minutes and see how they are at that point. Right now, I'm working on the onion. I've got a garbage bowl
Hannah,
here.
thanks for joining.
Hey, Hannah.
And Megan, thanks for sharing on Twitter. We appreciate it.
Definitely. Thank you, Megan. Alright. Having a garbage bowl is something that has saved me a lot of time and frustration whenever I'm cooking. Because instead of having to toss everything down to the garbage...
Or the dogs.
Yeah, or the dogs. I can just toss it right there, and then whenever I'm done, then I can put all that in the garbage.
Compost bowl.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wish we did composting.
At some point I would like to do an actual garden and composting. That's in the future. That's at the point where we have like chickens and rabbits and a goat and stuff, and have our own solar electricity and live completely off the grid.
Look at that onion cutting.
So I'm just dicing up this onion, which is a vital skill for
Save it for veggie stock as long as there's no dirt on it. And worm bin, way easier than it sounds. Ben, I've heard about a worm bin. I heard that's pretty cool. And can you do like the onion shells for the stock? I don't think we would use the paper for stock. But anyway.
I think I've done that before. I think I've saved the papery bits as well for stock before. But yeah, just...
Yep, skins are fine.
Okay, cool. Just going through this onion.
Oh yeah,
because
it all gets strained anyway, that's right.
Yeah, that's very true. I really think that for anybody who's just starting out in the kitchen, learning to dice an onion...
Check out urbanwormgirl.com. Awesome! That's a funny name, but it's great.
You know, whenever I was a kid, we actually used to have a worm bin. My dad was really into gardening at home, and we actually made a big wooden bin that we put a bunch of worms and chopped up like newspapers to put in there and stuff like that. It was pretty fun. But occasionally mice got into it. That was a little bit frustrating.
Got 16 people viewing, Josh.
Wow! That's more than I've had in a while. Well, welcome everybody. I hope that this is either just entertaining or an inspiration to cook for yourself, or an opportunity to denigrate me for potentially failing. So whatever you're here for, welcome, and thank you for coming.
Josh is making a 30-minute chicken pot pie, and this is actual, like, showing how the chopping is done, not those crazy Food Network shows that already have everything pre-chopped.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Seriously, they are taking out so much of the real time that goes into making something.
But yeah, so we have some veggies. Josh is cutting up carrots and celery. We have some onions sauteing here in the pan. And we had some chicken that we defrosted that we'll use. Everything is all leftover. And Megan asks, have you tested this beforehand?
No, I have not. This is a totally new recipe. I've never tried the pie crust. That's totally new.
We have made chicken pot pie before, but not this way.
Yeah, not this particular way. Whatever sauce I end up using, I'm not really using a recipe. I'm just going to kind of go off the cuff.
She also uses this emoji.
I love it. So yeah, this is not a standard recipe that we've used before. This is just kind of looking at what we've got and going for it. So here we go. And using celery leaves is also something that I've never really done before. So I guess you just chop them up like you do herbs
yeah, it's
or
gonna
something.
Be great.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
Josh, all you have to do is pretend like you know what you're doing. And everyone will be like, oh yeah, no, that's totally great.
Oh yes, celery leaves can be used in the same way as sage or parsley. Yes.
Ben says winging it, Brad.
Alright, so I got that all cut up.
They're so flavorful.
Yeah, they really smell good. It seems like a lot of good minerals and stuff are stored in the leaves. I just never really thought about using them before.
Alright,
So
now
those
we
all go in there.
have potatoes.
And carrots. Those were microwaved for 5 minutes.
Just to help get them along.
Yeah, it actually feels like they're getting pretty tender already. Let me see
They're
about
in the
the
microwave
carrots.
for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually already pretty tender. So I think I'll just leave those in there to kind of steam for a while. while I mess with the with the onions and the celery celery leaves here, and turn up that just a little bit.
And just so everybody knows, out of the challenge, we have 10 minutes and 25 seconds left.
Okay, here we go.
We got this.
All right, I'm going to turn this way up then, so that this will hopefully cook a lot faster. Cause
celery leaves are awesome in chicken soup.
Ooh, that sounds good. Because, yeah, we're cutting it close on time.
Ben's going to go back to the kids. He'll check back later.
Right on. Thanks for showing up, Ben. Anybody who's listening who does not know, Ben there that was commenting has a podcast called In the Weeds, where he talks about his experiences in professional kitchens, because he is a chef. And it is a very, very entertaining podcast if you're not easily offended. I have really been enjoying it lately. It's called, again, In the Weeds. You can just search for it on iTunes. And, yeah, he puts out really good stuff, so I highly recommend that.
And Megan says, you can take more than 30 minutes. It's okay.
But I don't want to. See, that's the challenge. It's supposed to... I can't believe 20 minutes has gone by already.
I know.
That's
I
crazy.
can't either.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to show people that you can throw a meal together really fast. Like, maybe not necessarily in exactly half an hour, but I want to show that you can make something from scratch without any convenience foods that is really good, and it's really not that hard. So I hope that's what I'm showing the people out there.
Megan also wanted to say she has a podcast. Megan, write a little blurb and tell us about us and the people that are watching about your podcast.
Yeah, it's interviews with folks, right? Yeah, everybody out there, Megan is also here in the Kansas City area. We're in Kansas City, and yeah, we're in Kansas City, and we've actually just been celebrating lately the fact that we won the frickin' World Series.
Yay!
So we are very, very happy about that. It feels like Kansas City is really on the map, you know? So that's very exciting to all of us here.
Yeah, Megan says yes, she needs to go back to doing it regularly.
Well,
and Hannah says, go Royals! And we have Kaylee Gardner in Casey Mo. Hey, Kaylee!
Hello!
Thanks for joining us. Josh is making a chicken pot pie from scratch in 30 minutes, and he has 7 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Okay, I'm going to take these out of... Whew, okay. First, I'm going to calm down, and I'm going to get a pot holder.
You got this,
Josh.
Really
hot. Okay, I got it. So I think the onions and everything are getting about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and dump everything in there. And...
Hannah and Megan broke themselves yesterday at the parade. I went to the parade. Josh did not. He was too scared.
I don't like people, so that's what happened there. Alright, so I think everything in here is pretty tender, and the onions aren't browned, but they're starting to get translucent, and they'll cook a little bit more in the oven. So I'm pretty comfortable with where that is at, so I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken in there. Boom.
Yum, conglomeration.
Yeah. So I'm going to mix all that up and dump it into our pie pan over here, our glass casserole pan.
Hannah says, I'm so hungry sitting at this car repair shop. Well, Hannah, when you're done, feel free to come on over.
Yeah, seriously. We got food for days.
So, right. So what are you gonna do here, Josh? Tell us what you're doing.
So what I'm gonna do is I am putting the vegetables and the chicken just into the pan here, and then I'm gonna use this pan to make some kind of sauce. I believe we have some chicken stock. Unfortunately, not homemade. We ran out of the homemade chicken stock, but I'm gonna use some chicken stock and probably a roux, like a little bit of butter and flour, and then some of the chicken stock, and then probably a little bit of cream, maybe even a little bit of sherry.
Deglaze this thing!
That's what's about to happen. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to make a sauce to pour over all of that, and then I'm going to roll out the crust and put it over all that, and that's going to be pretty much it.
So crust is going on the top and not the bottom.
Yes, we are just doing a top crust because with the bottom crust you have to like pre-bake and you have to make sure that it doesn't get soggy, and it's like a whole nother level of trouble that I just don't want to deal with. I just want something that tastes good. So I'm popping together a roux here with some flour that is not fresh ground. This is just regular all-purpose because I'm not perfect. So I'm not even measuring it. I'm just tossing some in there because it'll be great. It'll be fine.
Should get some like white wine vinegar or...
Ooh, that's a really good idea. Who was it that said that?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
That was your wife!
Well, I trust your judgment, so...
Look at that butter bubbling, you guys. So good.
You know what?
Hey, Megan, thanks for sharing this on Facebook. So great.
Ooh, thank you, Megan.
And for the record, we have 4 minutes and 36 seconds left.
Okay.
Hurry up, Josh.
All right. So we got white wine vinegar, which I think will be good instead of sherry. Then we got...
Now, what would be the difference between white wine vinegar and sherry?
Well, sherry is just a fortified wine. So they would provide the same function, which is giving some acidity. That's pretty much all that they would be doing.
Hey Frankie, thanks for joining us. Josh Ladd from Field Cuisine is making a 30-minute chicken pot pie from scratch in 30 minutes. And we already have chicken and vegetables hanging out in this pan that have been cooked. Josh is making a roux.
We are getting close to the line here.
All that. We're adding some chicken stock.
Chicken stock into the roux, whisk it around good, make sure there's no lumps. And we are almost there. Thank you everybody for sticking with us this long. And it looks like I might actually make the time, or I might just be like a couple minutes over. You know what I should do, is I should preheat the oven. I think probably 375, I guess. Oh, that sounds good. Sure. Turn up the heat on that, because I want it to bubble so that it'll thicken a little bit. And I want plenty of liquid to be able to cover all of my chicken and vegetables over there.
Yeah, so in here we have carrots and celery leaves and potatoes and maybe about 2 pounds of chicken, you think?
Yeah, a pound or two. You know what would have been good if I had thought about it at the time would have been to add garlic to all this, but it's too late because I've got 2.5 minutes left.
I think you should still add garlic. I think I should be your sous chef and I should cut up some garlic.
Do you think so?
I think.
Would you be able to do that and hold the phone at the same time?
You know what? I'm gonna try it.
Okay, go for it.
Everybody.
Here, I'll get out the garlic and hand it to you.
It's gonna be great.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Here's a game called Can Juliana Do Garlic with One Hand while
Everyone
holding a camera?
out there, this is why you should get married, because it's a whole lot more fun to do this with somebody than it is to do it by yourself. Here, I can whisk this and try to...
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
She's got it, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't do it. We need the thingy. I'm putting the phone under my chin. I don't know if you can see this, everybody.
I hope everybody can see this, because this is great.
I can't open it. I'm gonna open it. Oh my gosh.
Can you just, put it under the thing and crush it. There we go. Yeah, just so everybody knows, if you're making comments right now and they're not getting answered, that's because the phone is tucked under Juliana's chin.
I can't see anything. Okay, here we go.
But it looks like she's actually getting the picture pretty good. She's handling it very well. So she is cutting up a bunch of garlic for us to add to all this, because...
Garlic is boss!
It totally is. We have 1 minute left. I don't think we're going to quite make it.
We're gonna make it! Don't be such a Joshery downer. Gosh.
A Joshery downer?
I don't know. I'm holding a phone under my chin and chopping garlic.
I know, it's very impressive.
Okay, here we go, everybody.
I hope that everyone out there is telling Juliana what an incredible job she is doing right now, because I am really impressed with how many things she's got going on there.
Bam! Garlic! Everybody, that's how we do. Wow, that was great.
That was pretty impressive.
Okay, back to Josh, everybody,
Okay.
the real star of this show.
Ooh, nah, not so much anymore. So I made a roux, I added in a bunch of chicken stock, and then I added the rest of this thing of heavy cream because I wanted to, and we had it. Now I'm trying to bring it to a boil, but I don't think it's going to happen in the next 3 seconds.
3, 2, 1! No, Josh, this is not failure. This is life.
This is life. This is what life is like sometimes. Because I've almost got this done. I just need to bring this up to a boil so that it kind of thickens.
And you know what? We should give ourselves a minute because you did about like a minute's worth of intro. So
That's a good point.
We're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine.
Iron Josh is what Megan says.
And, you know, this gravy will probably thicken up a good deal while it is in the oven. So I think as soon as it comes to a boil, I'm just going to pour it in there. Which it's almost there. Oh, it's so close. All right, while it is thinking about it, I'm going to get my pie crust and start rolling it out over here. And by rolling it out, I mean I'm going to pat it into shape because I don't want to deal with an actual rolling pin because I'm lazy and I don't want to clean up more things. And it's boiling. All right, there we go. Good enough. It's a little bit thin, but I'm just going to go ahead and pour it over all the stuff in the hopes that it will thicken up while it's in the oven. And if it doesn't, then it's too bad. It's what we've got, so we're going to eat it anyway. All right, so there's that. And
See how good that pandy glazed. Wait, look how good that pandy glazed.
Wow.
Yum.
Yeah, I'm fairly impressed. All right, so the last step is I'm just kind of pressing this out to put it over the top there. I might even just like put it in chunks, because well, do you want it to be like a full continuous? Is that a necessity to you?
Yes,
Okay, well, since Juliana is dedicated to the idea that I'm going to do my best to make a full crust on the top, rather than a lazy-ass crust. So, the only problem is going to be transferring it over there. I wish I had a bench scraper. But hey, who's still sticking with us? Where are you guys from? I know we've got 1 or 2 people from Kansas City, but
hey Zooey, thanks for joining us.
Hello, Zooey.
And she says Megan says use the dang rolling pin, silly.
No, I don't want to use the rolling pin. Okay, check it out. You think it's good?
Look at that.
It's
Look
good.
at that.
It's good.
Look at it.
It's good.
Wow!
Woo!
Check it out, you guys. This
Beautiful enough. Good enough for government work, at least.
Now, do we want to poke holes in this? What are your thoughts?
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, here we go.
I don't see any reason not to.
Like a frickin' pie. Yeah.
All right.
Holes.
So that
One more
is,
right
I think we only went like 2 or 3 minutes over time, probably.
Zooey says, yum! Agreed. Look at this. Look at this thing. We're hoping that some of the sauce will boil off in the oven.
Yeah, we're hoping it thickens up while it's in the oven.
And if not, well, it'll be fine.
We'll deal. Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, so that is chicken pot pie. I'm going to pop that in the oven.
Wait.
What?
Give us a winning smile holding your chicken pot pie. Ding!
I wish I still had my mustache.
I know. Okay, put it in.
All right. There, you know, I'm going to do the rack on the middle, I think. Just because that seems more standard. Boom. And...
Hey, in the weeds, thanks for coming back. Wait,
Hey, Ben.
take it back out so we can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick. Hey, Ben, this is our final product.
This is the chicken pot
Josh
pie.
did not use a rolling pin for that bad boy top
I did
crust.
not. I just pressed it out with my own 2 hands.
On 2 hands. All right, put it in.
All right. So we're going to let that cook for probably about half an hour. and then pull it out, and hopefully it'll be something edible. So that's that for today. I might pull up this again to show folks the final product. But this was all just to show that it is possible, whenever you're working a lot, whenever you're busy, to throw together a totally from scratch, awesome meal really fast. So thank you everybody so much for joining us.
Megan says, see you in 30.
All right, I'll see you soon, Megan. This is
Do you
Josh
have an
Ladd.
egg wash on the top of the crust or anything?
No, I didn't bother with anything fancy like that. We were already out of time, technically, so I didn't want to mess around with that. But yeah, if anybody wants to tune in whenever it's done and see whether or not it is edible, then we'll see you in about half an hour. So this is Josh Ladd.
Zooey says do an egg wash.
No, it's too late. We can't do anything else.
Egg wash.
We can't.
Do it.
We can't.
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Swipe down to stop. Swipe down. I can't. I gotta do it. There it is.
All right, we threw it together in just a hair over 30 minutes. Then we put it in the oven, and this is the final product. We were winging it. We weren't going off of a recipe. We were just throwing this pot pie together, and I think it looks like it came out pretty darn good. What do you think, Juliana?
Hi, Zooey and Ben for joining us.
Thanks for coming back, y'all.
So here's the thing. Josh's mom and I convinced Josh to go ahead and do the egg wash because I'm also a firm believer in egg washes, and she's a firm believer in egg washes. And look, I don't know if you can see it, but look how shiny this crust is.
It's very beautiful. It's very glossy.
It's a gorgeous, glossy crust.
So, yeah, if you want to put an egg wash on it, it'll make it very beautiful. But if you don't feel like it, then that doesn't matter.
Egg wash! Pound it.
All right.
Woo!
Oh, and the crust is falling off.
Oh, no!
So
it's great.
Whew,
Nobody
there
would
we go.
ever know.
And it looks like it could still...
Prettier.
There we go.
How many pots did you put in it? And can't see it very well.
Nine pots are in this pie.
What? Oh, I see, because it's a Popeye. I get it. I get it. Hold on, let me...
What was the actual question?
Yeah, she said how many pots are in this pie.
Oh. So there is the pot pie. It's still a little bit liquidy, which probably means I should have cooked the gravy for a little bit longer. But I think that even as it just sits here and cools off, then it'll keep thickening up. So this is the final product, and I'm gonna get out a fork here. And
how was loaf night? Says Rock Chalk. It was great.
It was fantastic.
Greek food, and Josh made homemade pita. And we did some meat that was a blend of lamb and ground turkey and ground beef, and it was great.
It was all very, very good. And a bunch of people canceled at the last minute, but we still had a good crowd. So, yeah, if anybody out there feels like coming to Loaf Night sometime, then it might be fun if you're in Kansas City.
Ben says, congrats, that looks tasty.
Thank you. Well, we're about to find out if it is. Let's see. That's all right.
Yay,
okay.
all the thumbs.
And Juliana, you want to try
Yeah,
too, sure?
I do.
Yeah.
It looks really hot. Ah! Mmm. Oh, yeah. Mmm.
I'm pretty happy with that. I think maybe it could use a little bit of salt and pepper, but other than that, I think it's good. So, yeah. Everybody out there, this is the kind of thing you can throw together totally from scratch in 30 minutes or a little bit over. So, yeah, if you're interested in more recipes that you can throw together fast and easy and totally from scratch, check out feralcuisine.com. That's what I'm all about, is trying to eat healthier when you're in the kind of lifestyle where you don't have much time or money. So yeah, that's what we've got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for showing up, and we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.